Hey everyone, Rick here, and I just brought over another load of stuff from my parents' house. So I thought I would take this opportunity to take a quick video. Not too much this time, but still some interesting things. In this larger box is just a sad state of a couple different things. Mostly it's Heroscape. I can't remember if I just got the Rise of the Valkyrie base set and no expansions, or if I had a couple expansions too. It might just be the base set. I know this is the rule book. And I have all the terrain in here and the unit cards, which are just in bad shape. All this stuff in this box is probably not left this box in maybe 10 years. I don't remember how long ago Heroscape originally came out, but then I have a whole bunch of old Gundam, like not models, but just action figures, just bits and pieces of them all over here, and then even some old Mega Bloks dragons, building sets and figures in here. Also, it looks like some Mage Knight 2.0 weapons cards and terrain cards. So this is just, I'm going to go through all this and see what I can salvage, especially for the Heroscape stuff, because that would be nice to get back to some semblance of decent condition. All the stuff should be in here. It's just all mixed in with old Gundam figures and Mega Bloks pieces. So apart from that miscellaneous box, in here, apart from the can of Sprite, is a bunch of my Arcane Legions stuff. Now this is not all of it by any means, but Arcane Legions was actually a game that was produced by the same company that came out with Mage Knights. The original Mage Knight creators went on to form another company, Wells Expeditions, and that company came out with Arcane Legions, which at the time I thought was kind of neat, the way units were based on these unit cards, and you'd have the figures on the units, and you would move the trays, kind of like Warhammer Fantasy, and then you would pick off the pieces right off the tray as it took damage. And so they all have their ability cards, trays, and figures. And so each one of these 20 or 30 Ziploc bags has a different unit in it. And some of them were actually pre-painted. And there were booster packs that came with pre-painted figures. And by no means did I have a full collection of these guys. Just a few. I mean, I think I had every single unit that came for the game, but not the pre-painted ones. So the rules and the special objective sheets are in here. And then I have a bunch of Arcane Legion stuff that is still in their boxes. So that is Arcane Legions. And then I got a bunch of Playmobil stuff. This other Playmobil castles and stuff, that is what I got from Toys R Us that time, so that's not new. But these three things and this bag full of Playmobil figures, these are all old. They were in the back of the closet. These aren't too old, probably a few years old maybe. But they were just sitting around, so I thought it was time, especially when I'm gathering up all sorts of Playmobil stuff, to bring these guys over with it. So it's just a lot more figures from different factions. And especially these guys, I can't even remember how I got these. If these were just in unit packs of similar, because there's the red Crusader looking guys, and then there's also a bunch of these black Crusader guys. So I don't remember how they were packaged, but eventually I will get those incorporated into whatever Playmobil setup I do. And then, lastly, are these Mage Knight army boxes. I always thought these were really neat. As many Mage Knights as I have, the fact that they in the beginning came out with these pre-assembled armies. So there was nothing too random about them. Apparently there was one random figure in the box, but the rest of these, I think each box came with, what, a 200-point army. And so I got 3 of these, one from 3 different factions, Elemental, Atlantis, and Black Powder Rebels. So, and I kept the figures that came with each army in the box. That way, if I ever wanted to introduce someone to Mage Knight and I didn't want to go through the whole army creation phase, we could just pull out a couple of these and play the game. So that is what I picked up from my parents' basement today, and thank you for watching. Until next time.